If you just allow me to read out from a few notes that I've made. Um, Number one, it's unfortunate that the space for unbiased journalism is shrinking. The incidents have shown that that's what is happening. That is perhaps one of the aims of what is going on. It's unfortunate that haters are allowed to target journalists in full public view, abuse them, assault them, intimidate them, stop them from doing their job. I think very correctly that seems to be the basic aim. Shrink the space for us to do our job, stop us as far as possible from doing our job, deflect us from doing our job. To taunt the journalists from the stage at a public event, it's not just unfortunate, it's unacceptable. It's excellent that DigiPub is providing legal support, particularly for journalists who are young, working independently. I think in these times they certainly need that support. So I'm glad that that is available. So that gives a lot of young journalists a lot of heart. Apart from the journalists who are working in organizations where their senior editors are also fully backing them. But yet, I just want to remind all of ourselves that at the end of the day, us journalists are still not the story, right? These attacks, these legal hassles, all the related harassment, which one can see is very systematic. You feel it on a weekly basis. You are taken to court, your dates are missed, and there is a very systematic sense of harassment which you feel. It's the aim is to keep us from doing our free, fair, fact-driven journalism. There is something about our journalism that intimidates the system, and I think at the end of the day, all the attacks on the journalism, on journalists, is an attack on good, solid journalism. So let's understand that, and that's what we are saying to ourselves in our morning meetings, in our newsrooms, that let's of course deal with it. Let's protect our journalists. Let's look out for them. But let's not let all of this deflect us from doing our job, because that at the end of the day is what we are all about. Like Abhinandan, yes, I do think the Delhi police was a little proactive in helping some of the journalists to get away from the mob. But at the end of the day, there are some major questions that the Delhi police has to answer, and some of them have already been mentioned. I just want to repeat them since I am speaking on behalf of the quint. This hate Mahapanchayat that happened at Burari. Regarding that, the Delhi police needs to answer some of these questions. When permission for the event was specifically not given by the Delhi police, which is something the Delhi police has said on record, then how did they allow it to take place? How was the stage set up? How was the backdrop set up? How did audiences land up at the event when police is standing there? So I don't get that. But and one needs that question to be answered. Why weren't known repeat offenders taken into preventive custody? We are just 2 years into. It's just been 2 years since there have been deadly riots, right? How could the Delhi police take a chance with the event that they allowed to happen? With the consequences, what could have happened next could have been anything. So how did the Delhi police come to this call? Okay, let's let it happen, right? Now, yes, an FIR has been filed against Yati Narsinganand and I think Chawanke, but it's been 3 days. When are we going to see something more than an FIR? Someone who has broken the basics of his bail order. When are we going to see action taken against a repeat offender like that? So these are big questions that the Delhi police needs to answer. And as Tosh has said, the Delhi police in various parts of the country are unfortunately complicit, no matter which dispensation they are serving. And I think it's absolutely correct to say that policemen need to look into their inner moral conscience and see how is it that they do this job. But yes, lastly, just want to say, I think we need to work as much as possible to strengthen forums like DigiPub, especially speaking from the point of view of us slightly smaller digital publishing sites. I think we need each other's support a lot so that we can do what we do, and we can look out for all these young journalists who are out there doing their jobs. I cannot understate how much we rely at the quint on the sheer energy of our younger colleagues and their courage, and I can't praise them enough for the kind of maturity and the kind of energy and the kind of commitment and dedication that they show in these very, very tough times. I think you go back 30 years, some of us have seen some very trying times, but I am very certain that these are possibly as trying times as there have ever been, be it 92, be it 2002, etc. So these are very comparable times. So for all the younger journalists who are here, broadly, you all are all doing fantastic work. Just please stick to the tools and the basics of your trade, no matter what the external environment. Be fair, be fact driven. Don't get emotional about it. Stick to your job. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you so much.
सब्सक्राइब करें हमारे YouTube चैनल को और बने रहें हमारे साथ।